This is Leave Your Mark. I'm Vince Cortese, and today's guest is Todd Newman. Transform your life through the power of breath. Let go of your unworthiness and step into the unlimited version of yourself.
Yeah.
Todd, that's a tremendous mission you have right there. Thank you for being my guest today. I'm looking forward to speaking with you.
Same to you, Vince. This is going to be awesome. I can already sense the energy. It's here, it's high, and we're good to go.
Hi there, and welcome. Now it's time for America's favorite podcast, Leave Your Mark, with your host, Vince Cortese.
If it's fly, loose fitted, it's Cortez. If freezing, chubbers in it, it's Cortez.
Leave Your Mark is about inspiring the world, one guest at a time.
Pass the word from Brooklyn to Pittsburgh, from urban to suburb, it's Cortez, you heard?
And here is our host, Vince Cortese.
Well, what I like to do when we start off here is give the listeners a little background on who Todd Newman is and where he's from and what's going on there. So share with me where you were born.
I was born and raised in Texas, to be specific, Mansfield, Texas. It's a little town near Fort Worth in Dallas. So for anyone who don't know Mansfield, it's right near there.
And bigger things in Texas, like this young man's smile right there. That's a big Texas smile. Okay. And your parents were Teresa and Todd. What were they up to in your childhood?
Being amazing parents. That's one. I was blessed with parents who loved me unconditionally and supported me in anything else. And I feel like that was huge. As far as work goes, my mom has worked in the medical field my entire life. She's a medical rep, and I would say a professional people person. She helps people who are literally in pain and brings smiles to their faces. And I think that is one of the most important things in the world. My dad is a professional handyman, craftsman, whatever you want to call it. He has always showed me that we have the skills and the capabilities to take control of our own life with our hands and create what we need and what we want. So yeah.
Love it. Now you had a couple of siblings. You were in the middle with two sisters. So you had Sister Tristan and Sarah. What were those two like?
Sister Tristan. They're amazing. I love my sisters. I grew up in a house of women and a huge family surrounded by women, but specifically my little sister and my older sister. They are my rocks, my light, my life, because I feel like when you're constantly surrounded by two people, one to look up to and one that looks up to you, it's this constant circle of exchange and I don't know, just really caring about each other. I feel like it really sets you up in life.
Mine was more crippling. I was middle, and being of Italian descent, I came from a different perspective. I was trying to work that situation a little differently than you.
Yeah.
No, I like yours a lot better. But now, so what was your childhood like? So you're close with your mom and dad. They got big influence on you guys. And what was childhood like in Mansfield, Texas?
Childhood was amazing. I feel like right as I was growing up, it was almost the last generation of kids who always played outside. If you wanted to know where your friends were, you just look where all the bikes are piled in the front yard, right? We spent all of our time in the woods, building jumps, talking, just messing around, playing in the creek. And it was honestly magical because we were free to roam in a safe town and just connecting and growing. And it was a good time. I could say that.
So
Sure.
now you go into high school and you're showing interest in soccer and then an all-male leadership club, which is interesting. So share with me a little bit about your soccer experience, and then we'll talk about the leadership.
Yeah, so I believe in team sports are one of the most important things for kids growing up, just because it shows you how to work as a unit, to work as one. That life is not about me, it's about we. And when you can take that on as a child, I feel like it shifts your entire perspective on the way you grow up as an adult. So I played soccer my entire life, and I think it was a huge part of who I am. But the male leadership class really shifted me, right? Because our world is dictated by leaders. And if those leaders weren't taught proper mental health, how to stand up for others, how to not take care of your friends and your family, that's a world that isn't the best setup for good living. And I believe that what I learned in that all males class for leadership, it literally changed my life. It was called Men of Tomorrow. And the mentor, the teacher, the educator, he called himself, was Ashley Brown, an amazing man who had a vision to bring men to the forefront and to really stand in their power.
So now you're prepared to graduate. And after graduation, you're going to go into doing some traveling and some studies.
Yeah.
Now, you've already experienced a bit of what we're going to talk more about in your breath work. So tie in with me what happens after high school when you start traveling.
Yeah, well, it didn't go straight to travel. I worked a factory job where I was manufacturing, cutting rubber, sitting in a dark place with big old fans, super hot in Texas. And it was eating away at me. It was eating away at my soul. And I knew I was meant for more. So every day at lunch, I go lay in the field and read books about how to create your future and how to share your light and stuff like that. And then one day I realized this is not for me. So I left. I told them I'm done. I'm done in 2 weeks. And they said, you can just go. So I left. And on the way home, I see a friend who I hadn't seen in years. He says, hey, pull over, come talk to me real quick. And in that interaction, the moment I took the leap, he's like, hey man, there's this awesome website called Coolworks. And Coolworks, there's jobs all around the US. And I looked it up. I got a job in Colorado as a little rock climbing guide and zipline guide. And we went out there. I went out there all alone and explored Colorado. And it was the most life-changing, amazing experience ever, because you realize how small your world is when you've lived in the same place your whole life, and then you go explore and there's so much more to see, so much more to experience. So that was a pivotal shift in my life.
It was a perfect match for where your interests lie at this point.
Connect with us on LinkedIn. Be our friend on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Whether jumping out the MP or jumping on the app.
You are listening to Vince Cortese. We just want you to leave your mark.
So now you're traveling in Colorado. Is this where the breath work begins to take further root now, or it's still on the horizon? You know about it, but you're not really participating in it.
So I was participating in it from the moment I found it. The moment I found it, I was still in high school. I was in the woods and I was looking for a song on my phone. And by chance, Wim Hof comes up. For anyone who knows Wim Hof, are they called the Iceman?
Yeah, I know who Wim Hof is.
This man has climbed to Mount Everest base camp with his shirt off, right? He holds like 23 world records. He can sit in ice for all this time. So I tried his breathing technique. I got to a point to where I had instantaneous answers to any questions I had. And I didn't know what was happening. So of course I asked the question, what am I here for? What is my purpose? And a voice, not my voice, a voice in my head, but it wasn't mine, answered. And it says to be a breath of fresh air everywhere you go. And in that moment, it all shifted in my mind. And I realized that our purpose isn't an occupation. It's a way of being, something you can do throughout every avenue of your life. And I thought, how can I be a breath of fresh air to the world? I can share breath work. I can share compliments. I can share a smile, because a smile in a person's life can literally shift everything. They could be on the brink of suicide. You smile at them and tell them they look good today, and that changes it all. So that is my mission, and that's where it started. And from there on, it was just a seed planted, slowly watered, and dove deeper into it.
Now, how old is your TikTok channel? Because you've got over 100,000 followers there. That's quite significant. You'd be considered a social media influencer. And, you know, at the end of the day, you're just sharing your authentic self. So, I mean, how's this come to be? And was this your intention?
It was not my intention. My intention was believing if I can impact one person a day, I'm doing something right. Because like I said before, life is not about me, it's about we. And when you find your life in service, you feel fulfilled. When you make it all about you, that's when people don't know what to do with their lives. So I was just trying to make one impact a day. So I started posting videos, me smiling, dancing, sharing breath. And within almost 2 years now, it has now hit 110, 115,000 followers. And I didn't expect it, but it's happening, and I'm going with the flow.
Well, at this point now, you're going to have to work some of your marketing skills, because that big of a following, because I do the podcast on YouTube, and then when you garner a large enough audience, TikTok and the likes, YouTube step to you and they begin to monetize or help you monetize what you're doing. So I'm sure you're beyond that point.
Yep.
So the idea now, I see you got a little YouTube thing going on, and you've got a little Instagram thing going on. So you're spreading your reach out now instead of just TikTok. So how do you see things, say, 30 months from now?
30 months. That's an interesting number. 30 months from now, I will definitely have over 1 million followers, but it's not about the followers. I plan to impact. In 30 months, I definitely think I can positively impact at least 2 million people with the power of the breath, showing them that the breath is a direct link to mental health, because too many people struggle with mental health right now. Before COVID, the average person who had depression, anxiety, or stress, the percentage was about 20 to 25% that was diagnosed. After COVID, we're at 40 to 45%. That's not good.
No,
Children's suicide rates are at an all-time high, and they need to know that there's a better way to take advantage of your mind, of your nervous system, and that is the breath. And that's why I'm so passionate.
Now on that's very exciting. So you can reach a lot of people. So what are some of the things that you do in your videos that touch these people, that's garnering this audience to start to follow you?
Yeah, I mean, I show them, because Dr. Joe Dispenza says it's not a time to know, it's a time to know how, right? Knowledge is not power. Everyone says knowledge is power. It is part of power, but applied knowledge is true power, right? You could know conceptually how to get fit, but not a lot of people are doing it, right? So if you don't know how to do it, then you're not going to actually change your life. So I just take them through simple breathing practices. Like one, the easiest way to return from a stressful situation, and you've been doing it since you were a baby, right? It's a super simple double sit through the nose, a breath that's twice as big as usual. Do it with me. And make an audible sigh. So think about when you're crying, when you're a baby, your kids, your cousins are crying, and they're trying to stop. They do one thing. They go.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Now you snuck that in there on me, because I was prepared to ask you to share with some of these techniques with me before you got off. I saw you doing them on TikTok. Yeah. Now, you know, I do, I'm familiar with Wim Hof. So being a cancer survivor, I get up and the first thing I do in my day is work on my health. Yeah. And something like Tai Chi or Qigong and these types of methods of just waking my body up and charging it up. So when I saw what you were doing, I was like, gee, this is a lot easier. I can do this in the bedroom before I even get out there. You know, I wake up and I'm like, I hit the breathing. So
if you have a story to share, tell us, how are you going to leave your mark? Contact us. Leave your mark with our host, Vince Cortese. Be our guest.
What I want you to do is, before you start, is share with me how you charge your body up. So like if you got 2 or 3 exercises we could go through.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, before you did, I got to get ready.
Yeah, there it is.
Easy, champ. I'm bringing it.
Oh, powerhouse over here. All right. Well, let's do it. So this is something that I share with everybody. I call it the trifecta of change, the trinity of transformation, whatever you want to call it. And I call it the BBW formula. And those BBW stands for breath, body, and words. Now, if you combine all of those things and use them to your advantage, you can shift your energy at any moment. All right. So first B is breath. When you change how you breathe, you hack into your nervous system. You can shift yourself from a fight or flight state or a relax and digest state. Okay. So I take 10 deep breaths. Okay. But second, I want you to know the second one. Second one is body. How you move affects how you feel. Emotion comes from energy and motion. So if you're slouched over, if you're taking short, shallow breaths, put your shoulders back, head back, and you open up. Okay. So also when you smile, you have 30 muscles in your face. So you send signals to your brain saying, hey, we feel better. So you're going to start flooding the body with feel-good chemicals. So that's body. You got breath, body, and last one is words. Think of one word, Vince. What is one word that makes you feel empowered?
Love.
Love. Okay, so that's going to be your one word. You don't have to say I am love. Just say love and feel the action of it. Okay, so first we're going to start with breath while we're using our body and while we're using our words. So we're going to take 10 breaths with a smile on our face.
Through my nose or through my mouth?
Into your nose, out to your mouth.
Okay.
Okay, ready. In. Out. Keep the smile. In. Out. Make a sound. In. A sound of joy. Out. Come on, 7 more. All the way in. letting go. Breathing in, letting go. A few more. Woo! 2 more. A last one, raising the energy all the way up. And on this exhale, letting it go with the sound. Now say the word that you need 3 times. Love and embody it. Feel it in every cell of your body. One more time with power. Love. And just notice the entire shift in your brain, your body, and the way you feel.
I love it. I love it. I love it. See, now I had experienced on the internet trying to study my situation with my cancer, and this one person was adamant that oxygen cures cancer. And so, you know, this was when I was in the latter stages of what I was doing, but you mentioned Wim Hof, and that was surely, I was looking for that, and then Google, you know, kind of trolling you what you're doing, you know, all of a sudden Wim Hof appears in front of me. Oh, gee, where did I come from? But anyhow, I got involved and I did the Wim Hof methods for about 6 months. And I had a noticeable difference with it. With my operation, my diaphragm had collapsed. So his belly breathing and that are really like it was the first steps of my health really coming back to a level which I could say I feel pretty normal again.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But what you're doing is a fantastic thing. And we need more people and your type of leadership out there. So I was just thrilled to death to have you on here and share your message and your mission. So as all guests get to answer, how would you like to leave your mark?
How would I like to leave my mark? I've said it all throughout this, and I'll continue to say it. I want to make sure that people know that life is not just about me, it's about we. And when you live life in service, you live life fulfilled. So I want to leave my mark by teaching over 10 million people how to properly breathe to heal their life. Not only to take away stress, but to tap into the elevated states of emotion, of connecting to something higher than us. And the breath has that intelligence. Did you know that the word breath is synonymous with spirit, right? It's a Sanskrit word for spirit, and there's a reason for that, because the breath takes us to something deeper. The breath is the first thing you do when you enter this world, start crying, and it's the last thing you do before you leave. So if you can take control of the breath, you can take control of your entire state. So that's what I want to leave my mark.
I love it. Todd, you're the man. Keep up the good work. We're going to be following you now. You're going to go on YouTube, so we'll be tracking you over there, help you build. And all you folks from TikTok, make sure you're checking him out over there too, because this man is alive. He's got the spirit flowing through him. He's like an attraction magnet right now, man on a mission. Mr. Todd Newman. Thank you so much,
Vince. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks for listening to Leave Your Mark today. Tune into our next episode of Leave Your Mark with Vince Cortese. Be blessed.
You just left your mark. Thanks for listening. Listen to more episodes on demand. Just click Leave Your Mark with Vince Cortese.